The video you are about to watch contains me doing this for the very first time ever, changing a cell phone battery, in an iPhone at that, but just first time ever. So hang out for the entire video. I hope you enjoy it. It is in real time, no sped up sections, no missing parts. We've done this right on through, so enjoy the video. And sorry it was so long, but hey, first time, and it'll be your first time, I'm sure, if you decide to try this. It's gonna take a while. So, step by step, here we go, and let's get into this phone. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Just got my new battery in the mail for my iPhone 6s. Figured I'd show you guys how to change this, and it's a new one for me, to be honest. I've never done this before. So, if I break the digitizer, I'll be ordering one. They're only 27 bucks. And I got my cup of coffee to keep me awake here, so we're all good. So I got this off Amazon. What was this thing, about 23 bucks or something? 22 bucks, shipped to the door, prime shipping. So apparently it comes with a toolkit, which should work on more than just iPhones. It should work even on my iMac with any luck, because I'd really like to put an SSD drive in that thing eventually. Anyway, so we've got a higher capacity than normal battery. This is a 2250 milliamp battery. Wow, ever neat. Okay, so I'm thinking we're going to read the instructions. I don't know if that plastic's going to have to come off or not. Warning, before removing the battery, roll up the adhesive strips and pull out with tweezers. Okay, so this is for removing the battery. If you break the adhesive strips accidentally, take it easy, just pry the battery via the plastic, whatever they want to call this, slowly. It's a tool, okay? And remember carefully, do not pry the battery via any sharp things or metal tools, otherwise it will easily cause battery explosion. Which they're not kidding. These are I think these are lithium polymer. So we're used to dealing with lipo batteries, as we call them. Some people call them lipos, lithium polymer, in our RC vehicles. And these things are very sensitive to puncture. They will torch right up. So very nasty. Okay, so what do we got here? We got a couple little finger thingies here. I guess they're little finger condoms. Cute. Alright, not that we're going to bother with those. New adhesive strip. And a pile of tools. Oh, and we got our suction cup. Tweezers. A couple of screwdrivers. Let's get this stuff out of the box and get all of our tools organized here. So we got that. And this. Suction cup. This is going to be a bit of a long video, guys, so bear with it. Number one, this is new for me. Number two, definitely going to be something new for you if you decide to try this yourself. And we got what can be used for a guitar pick later. And actually, this is the same tool used for taking apart iMacs, so yes, I love it. Alright, I'm going to first start with actually pulling my tempered glass off, because this suction cup is going to actually take it out on me anyways. So I'm going to see if I can grab an edge here. Because I don't want to start using the suction cup and then pull the screen off. I'm going to put a brand new one on though after, so we just got to be careful taking things apart. Anyhow, so well, that part's useful for that. So what do we got on this paper here? Wow, they don't even say what tool to use where there, so let's check the main book. Tells us what all of our tools are. Yes, turn off your iPhone first. I've been draining the battery. Now they say 22% on some videos. No way, because even at 22%, there is still a lot of milliamps left in the battery, so you got to, in my opinion, you need to kill it as much as possible. It doesn't matter if you flatline this battery because it's done for anyways. The only reason I'm changing this is because the battery health status says 85%, and when I have my Wi-Fi turned on or even my cell data turned on, this thing is dying in like not even a day. Like I get maybe one phone call. So there's definitely another problem here other than the battery health. Yeah. Now if I leave that stuff turned off, I can get a couple of days out of this and a few phone calls, you know, standby wise plus a few phone calls. Because our phones are always searching for signals, right? All the time, especially connecting to the cell tower. Even with data turned off, it's always working, right? And it just doesn't have to work as hard when you turn all that junk off. So you can get more life that way, but then you're not surfing the net unless you turn it on. As soon as you do, you start really torching the battery, which means there's definitely a problem with this battery other than its health status. So we're going to turn the phone off. And we'll let that sit for a second. Wow, some really small screws in this sucker. Alright, so of course the next step is remove the screws. So this is going to be a step-by-step manual. So which screwdriver are we going to use for this? Not that one. This one. So I'm going to put these screws to the side over here so that I don't lose them. They are very, very tiny screws, guys. I watched a few videos on this myself, and you do not want to lose any of these screws. So keep those right off to the side. There's more screws than that going to come out of this thing. Okay, so our next step, should we choose to accept this crazy challenge, suction cup. Put it on the glass above your home button. That looks kind of cool. Place the suction cup on the screen just above the home button. Firmly lift the suction cup to create a gap. Insert the wedge between the screen and the metallic frame. This is going to be interesting. Oh, maybe we should go a little closer to the home button, maybe? Once that goes on there, it doesn't want to come off too easy. Yeah, they show it just in front of the home button. Yeah, and by the way, don't lick the suction cup, eh? So like that. Oh, I see that little gap. Other different thicknesses here. Oh, there. Oh, you bugger. Okay, so nuts. That wasn't too bad so far. Oop, 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 oop. Don't lift up too fast either. You don't want to crack the digitizer. Probably the screen at the same time. Because the iPhone 7 and 8 screen line is on the right side, it should be gently open from the left side. That's 7 and 8. Gently raise the screen up, but no more than 90 degrees. I would suggest doing exactly what I'm doing to help break the rest of that adhesive free. Okay, so now we've got this up. we got to kind of keep it like this. And we've got some screws to remove on this plate. And of course, this is a different screw. Oh, is that ever tiny? Oh my gosh. Guys, that is super freaking tiny. They couldn't have put friggin' longer screws in, could they? Wow. Sure. One more screw. Okay, now looks like this tool. Yep, this tool. Heck, I expect you to get into that. Oh my jeez. I need a flashlight. My wife was going to get me a flashlight. I need something better to grip at that. This is probably the most... Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we got one more. Ah, there we go. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Guys, this is some scary stuff. Okay.
Do you leave that in?
They don't say if you leave this in or not. I mean, it's part of the original sticky stuff, so...
A seal.
It's a seal of some sort, but it is a little stretch, but I'm going to try and just pop it back in there a little bit. I'd rather have it there than not. Okay, now that we've had a mild heart attack, let's get on to the big one. So, our next step here, we need tweezers. Okay. Yeah, don't let go of that. And you gotta pull straight out. Pull slow though, not too fast. So if this snaps off, you're gonna have a problem. Okay, that's one. Chickawa. One more to go. And then Kevy's taking a quick break. Don't worry, I won't do anything while I'm off camera, guys. I want you to see this whole thing. This is nerve-wracking for me. I guess once you do this once and you're successful without blowing up the battery, you're okay after that. So you gotta kind of pick at this thing. Hopefully you can see everything that's going on in the video here. Oh, shit! The damn thing snapped. Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. Oh, wait, there might be some hope. If I do this carefully. Trade it in. It was just barely enough there. Oh, boy. Woohoo!
So much gum.
Oh, if only I could sweat, man. I'd be sweating bullets right now. Alright, so the battery is hooked up in here someplace. We have to undo that plate too. Right under this plate. Little puny screw. Oh, get off of there. Over there. Keep your screws and plates organized. I know I've never done this before, but I kind of know the routine here. So I'm just kind of telling you guys as we go. Okay. Now, one of these connectors is for the battery. Which one? Well, that's going to be this one. So that, wow, minuscule little stuff, eh? Hotty tamales, man! Okay, so what do we get in there and pick with, I wonder? Maybe this thing? Alright, look at that! Didn't bust nothing yet. Shh! Don't say anything. I don't want to be cursed. Alright, so this battery is out, and it is going over here so we don't put it back in accidentally. Now, this plastic has to come off, because that can't be left on there. Yeah, actually it does come off rather easy. It's just a protector for the battery for shipping. Just gotta dig in here a little bit. Now there will be a charge in this battery, by the way, guys, from the factory, so it won't be fully charged, but it'll have a what's called a storage charge. Alright, so that does have to come off either way, because it's got to stick, right? So we are going to do this. Oh wow, that's like alright, so you know what? I'm going to pull this out for a minute because I have to anyways. Nice. It has a whole new, this has got like a one part, or no it doesn't, that's part of that, never mind. Okay, so Kevy's going to take a little break to regain his life here a little bit and get my heart rate back down. Then we're going to come back and we're going to finish this sucker off. So don't go away. It'll be instant for you guys. And like I said, I swear I will not touch anything while I'm off camera, but I need to go have my coffee and take a little 5-minute break. Okay? Don't go. Alright guys, we're back! Woo! Let's get this thing rocking, shall we? So, according to the manual, you gotta face the battery this way with the connector pointing up. And I'm doing it exactly the way the manual shows. The pink side comes off last. So we gotta take the blue side off first. And we have to put this so that it's right at the edge, like so. Yep, that looks correct. Like that. Okay, so now this comes off. Well, I think we're going to make sure this is well stickered in place. Give it a little rub down here. Now, they do say to connect the battery in first before dropping down in place. Like that. And then these just go over like that. That should be it for there. Now we should be able to fasten that plate back down in place. Okay. That should all be good. Okay. Now, it's these little buggers. Right screwdriver going here. Okay, why isn't that going in place? a little miserable. Okay. Let's check to make sure the thing is... Yeah, that's her there. That's those. That's that. That goes down like so. Should be just like so. Why is this not going back in? Yeah, that's... Well, those are the ones to the front of the phone. Unless there's a specific screw for a specific hole. Maybe. Oh, I think it might just be, guys. I think there's a specific screw for a specific hole, because one seems to be longer than the other. Okay. Let me get my regular glasses back on. Yep, there's one screw that's longer and one that's shorter. Didn't notice that on the way out, so remember on the way back in. Oh, there it is. Tiny little buggers, man. Lose that on the floor, it's gonna really suck. Okay, those are in. We got the same crap going on with these screws. Yeah, we got one long one and three short ones. And I can already tell you where the long one's probably going to go. It's right back in the corner. Just to check ahead of time. We got four holes in the plate. Yeah, we got four holes there. So the long one's going to go in the corner. Looks like, anyways. That's shallow thread. Yeah, and that's a little bit bigger hole because it's a little bit longer screw. Alright. Okay, now for the touchy part. This is where you're not going to see certain things because I cannot, well, maybe I can change the angle here a bit. So we've got 3 connectors that have to go back in here. And, oh, I don't know if I can do this way. You know what, guys? I need more light on this subject. I'm going to be right back, so don't go away. I'm going to get some more light so I can really get at this proper. Okay, guys, we're at the next delicate stage here, the digitizer. I got some more light on the subject, which I'm going to probably have to move over a little bit more this way. Now, this has to go together. Oh my God, I can't even get... There we go. So this is 3 stages of cables. So I gotta put them in kind of in sequence here. This is probably the most tedious part. I would say I feel really sorry for the poor blokes at Apple that have to put these things together, but I really don't. They've done this a million times, so this is the real tricky part. You can't bend the screen past 90 degrees. And you got 3 plug-ins to get in here proper. And you gotta kind of not force it because you don't want to bend any contacts out. You can't screw up the order of the cables, but you gotta really watch it when you take this thing apart. Crying out loud. And it's a weird connector too. It's not a full across connector. I got that one. Okay, I'm gonna have to change my angle here, guys. Sorry about this, but you'll figure out that it's a little on the tedious side. Okay, now as per the video I watched on YouTube, we're going to gently hold the screen up and fire this puppy up and make sure there's no lines or any other problems. As long as there isn't, we can put the cap on and close this bugger up. cancel? Yes. Was it my thumbprint or my fingerprint? Okay, I gotta log in manually. I don't need to see my password. Okay, we have no problems with the screen from lines or anything, so we're gonna shut this off now. Okay, now comes the real hard part. And that's getting this plate back on at the same time. So, can you guess what I'm about to do? I'm going to take a little break because I also need to change the battery in my camera before it flatlines. Alright, I'm back again. Oh, I just misplaced my glasses. Okay, so now we gotta try and get this flipping plate back on without screwing anything up. So that's kind of the dicey part. By the way, you'll notice on your iPhone, you may have a set of little clips that hang down. You gotta put this thing back together with those clips down first. Your adhesive is now like shot, and they don't give you an extra adhesive gasket or anything, so you do have to make sure it's placed in there properly before you close it all up. But let's get this sucker back together and working, and then we'll put it on the charger, and once the phone is fully charged, we'll come back and check the battery health status of our brand new battery. This is where I kind of wish I had 3 friggin' hands. Gotta line up the screw holes on that plate properly and still get the stupid screws in there. Now you know what those little finger condoms are for. It's for rotating the screw in your fingers. Not that I really care about them, but oh, this is going to be interesting. If you decide to do this yourself, at least you know what you're in for. And it sure beats the hell out of paying somebody upwards to $100, including the battery, to do this. Okay. This is a little on the tedious side of getting this stupid screw. Yeah, let's just put it in upside down. There we go. Come on. Can't you just play nice just once?
Right screwdriver?
Yeah, it's the right screwdriver. It's just, it should be the right screwdriver. Oh my gosh, this is so... No, that... There's no way that's the right screwdriver. I got an idea. Alright, here's what we're going to do. If this doesn't work in the next minute or less, we're going to go do this off camera. Because this, guys, is real flippin' tedious. These screws are so small. Okay, now gently place that down. Make sure that's staying down. Oh! Oh, crap. Stupid thing. Shift it off the tip. Okay. Yeah. If I can get one bloody screw in, the rest of them should go rather easily. Okay. Stay. Again with the little teeny weeny buggers. You guys learning anything from this? Because I certainly am. I'm learning. I'm not sure if I want to ever have to do this again. Of course, by the time I have to do this again, hopefully the phone is obsolete and can't take another OS update. Then I'll just buy a new phone. Okay, now that long one, that's going to be a little trickier. We're going to do that one next. If you want a piece of advice, I'm going to give it to you. A real good piece of advice. After you get this plate secured, double check your screen. Now I'm going to go over these three just to make sure they're down good. We got one last one to go, and then we're out of here. Woohoo! Oh, okay, this is not good. Alright, you're gonna have to stop the camera, guys. I just fling that screw. I gotta find it. I'm not wasting 20 minutes of your time trying to find this thing. I will be back as soon as I find it, and we will finish this off. Good thing I'm using this kind of a mat with holes in it. It wound up down one of the holes. Didn't take me long to find it at all. Now it's just to get the right damn screwdriver again. That's big. That's the tiny one. You little shit. Oh man, I'm telling you. Miniature electronics. Never had to play with screws this small before or anything. I can't even see the head of the screw. Talk about not making your life easy. Now I completely understand why people pay upwards to $100 to have their battery replaced. You know, it's funny how YouTube videos make this look so easy to do. Crap! Oh. This is the kind of fiddle faddling you're gonna have to do, guys. Give you a bloody coronary, you know? Bring that light right over top of this. Alright. You bugger bark! Ah! Alright, guys, I'm going off camera. I'm going to finish this and we'll come right back. This is too much. Well, the good news is 3 screws are in out of 4, guys. Bad news is we lost a screw. It jumped, which really sucks. However,
Could happen to you.
it could happen to you too. And it's not like you can go to your local hardware store to get more. So the only screw that's actually missing here is the one in the corner right where my finger's pointing. Okay, that is not really that critical of a screw. However, if you're really all that concerned, you could swap positions with, say, this corner screw here and put it to there. But once it's all closed up, it's not moving, so it'll be fine. So I wouldn't concern yourself with that at all. And make sure you rub these little pull tab thingies down into place as well. And we're done. So we're going to got some of this old sealant here. Let's just get rid of that. We don't need it anyway. So we want to put this in so that it goes like that. You want to get that in there flush. And we got a little bit of stuff sticking out there, a little bit there, and just carefully go along the edges. Seal it back up. Time to ditch this. Now, before we completely seal this off, we want to recheck and make sure that everything's going to be okay. Something rattling in there. Okay, so that's back to normal. It's unlocked. 52% charge. Current health status of the new battery. Battery health, 100% capacity maximum. Okay, that's good. So that's done. Now what was rattling? Yeah, hold all the buttons. It's got me kind of curious when that happens. Hold that, hold that, hold that. Oh, I don't think it was anything. Take a little peek anyway. We didn't find the screw though, which kind of sucks. Alright, I need this tool again. I just gotta quickly check, because we cannot find that screw anywhere. And I don't think it landed in the phone. I think it's just the buttons that are doing garbage. I'd rather be safe than sorry, if you know what I mean. Okay, something just fell out. Nothing of importance there. Don't know what that was about. Got 3 screws in here. Get rid of this suction cup. Oh, it's just something in the foam. It's just one of the clips. Alright, well, hey, better be safe than sorry, you know what I mean.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
Yeah, I know it's on. I'm gonna have to. Alright, wait until it turns on and then we'll shut her off. Anyways, guys, this was my first time, so kudos. Nothing went wrong with the screen. I'll see if I can read my fingerprint. You bugger. Oh, I guess I gotta have it closed up. Alright. Okay. Shut down. Alright, now the 2 final screws at least will not be a heartache. They're much longer, so this part at least should go rather well. So you could end up losing a screw. I don't know what happened. It just jumped and sprang off me. I'm like, oh, no way! And they're so bloody small. My wife and I spent like a while looking on the floor with magnifying glass that lights up, then a flashlight and a magnet. And we can't find the darn thing anywhere. So when it went flying, it actually took a flight to the other country. So, but the good news is we have a brand new battery installed, and we definitely have 3 out of 4 of the screws holding the digitizer down, and it's going to be fine, not a problem. Okay, now if we do ever come across that screw, I'll definitely take it apart and redo it. Yeah, there's a reason why they give you 3 tips on this, because you're going to mar it up. So, good for another couple of phones. Not. I think this is probably, this I can pretty much guarantee you guys is the first and last iPhone I'll probably ever do, because this is an iPhone 6S, and once Apple obsoletes it, I'm probably just going to go back up to an 8. You know, like my wife has my 8, but yeah, that's probably what's going to be done. Hang on. I'm going to have to redo my fingerprint ID on this. But we got no lines, we got no problems. Everything's good. Didn't crack the digitizer at all. The screen's fine. Everything's good. So now I just got to clean this sucker up, put a new glass on it, throw her back into the otter box, charge her up, and it's done. Now, like I said, I will come back real quick just to show you fully charged and blah blah blah. So instant for you, and then thank you so much, guys, for having the patience for this. We all have our first times. This just happened to be mine for this, and it was interesting. I liked it. I thought it was a good experience, and it's not like I would want to do this again, but if I had to, I suppose I would definitely do it now that I know. And the instructions, by the way, are very much quite clear for this. And besides, now you have a kit to take apart an iMac or other iPhones and, you know, that sort of stuff. So whenever you buy a battery, buy it where you get it with a kit. So then we do still have to dispose of this old battery. So for now, we're just going to put that in there. And maybe I'll do an experiment with that thing. Anyway, instant for you. Alright guys, our phone is charged. Fingerprint scanner works great. Helps if it's reassembled. We never did find the screw. We took another look for it even before lunch and after lunch. I don't know where it is, but it's not inside the phone, which is a good thing. It's totally vaporized, so who knows where it shot off to. Maybe it's just a section of the floor we haven't checked, but it went flying somewhere. But it's only the one screw out of the 4, and it's at the digitizer end, which where it's missing, it's not a big deal anyhow. So anyway, I don't think I want to do this again. At least that's what I'm saying right now, because it is very nerve-wracking. It was my first time, so I mean, you know, as you do more of them, it gets easier and easier, and you shouldn't lose any more screws in the future, right? Let's hope not. But I certainly would never go near an iPhone 8. I mean, those things are just way more delicate with the glass, being glass-backed, glass everything. But anyhow, so into the settings we go. And we shall go find our battery in here someplace. It's around here. Let me just flip this around so I can see. There we go. Battery. Battery health. Battery health is maximum capacity is 100%. So we've got a perfect battery in here, or as perfect as it gets in this planet. And I have the phone set for optimized battery charging. Now, here's one last thing I want to leave you guys with so that you know, in case you don't read that part of the instructions. Okay, some of us are the type that don't. I do. But anyways, as far as the battery goes, once it's completely charged, you have to use the phone until the battery dies. And then you charge it again, and you use the phone until it dies. And then you charge it again, and you use the phone until it dies. You have to do this 3 times in order to set the battery up so that it will take the 100% and keep its health in 100% as well. This is a lithium polymer battery, also known as LiPo or LiPo, depending on what lingo you want to use. Okay, and because of that, these types of batteries require a minimum of 3 charges and 3 discharges in order to set themselves up so that they operate at peak efficiency, which gets you all your milliamps in for each charge, etc., etc. Now, it only took about an hour and a half to charge this thing. It was already around 50-some% out of the box, and which is actually quite unusual, but I guess that's how they're coming. And usually they're in a storage mode, so it could have still been storage mode, but which is usually about 3.8 volts roughly. And anyways, the milliamps is there. So we have a lot higher capacity milliamp battery, so this thing's going to last me a long time before it's going to die. The stock battery was 1715 milliamps. The new one is like 2250. So that's a heck of a lot more runtime on the battery. And physically, they're the same. They're the same thickness. You know, comparing them side by side, they didn't seem one thicker from the other. Anyways, if you do have a battery that, you know, the battery health is, you know, around that 85%, maybe it's even lower, but if your battery is dying way too quick and you're not a video gamer, that's a big thing. I don't use this for video games, so I'm not killing the battery a lot. I also don't do a whole lot on my phone. I mainly just yak on it. I'll do Facebook a little bit, email a little bit. Once in a while I use the camera, you know, not very often, but once in a while. And I do the odd texting. So really, I don't do a lot with my phone to drain it. This was my wife's phone, and she used like a bazillion programs on it, always playing some game or another on the sucker, and she was recharging it at least 2 times a day minimum, okay? And so the phone is, you know, just turning 2 years old this month. So she got it when it was brand new in the box. But, you know, that kind of heavy usage, you're going to go through a battery a lot easier. You know what I mean? I did find, though, that, you know, by turning off Wi-Fi, by turning off the cellular data, that did help make that battery last longer. But there's still an issue with the battery, so I decided to change it and try this myself. You know, because it's like, I don't really have $100 to pay somebody, but $23 for a battery and a whole toolkit, which will work to actually take my iMac apart when it's time to change its hard drive, that's kind of a bonus. I was a little disappointed and very upset that I lost one screw, because it's going to irk me forever where that darn screw is, you know, so I got to find it. And if I do find it, I might put it back in there. I might try again. But otherwise, if I can't find the screw somewhere on this floor, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it's not a critical one. There's 3 out of 4 there. And like I said, you could shift one screw over to that other corner, but really not necessary. Once the phone is laying down and sealed, it's not going to be a problem. And the majority of that plate is got more than enough tension on it to hold the 3 cables in place. And that was the other thing. It was very tricky. And I did this video in real time so that you guys get an actual honest go at this from somebody who has never done it, so that you've never done it. It's not so simple as other videos make it look. These guys have been at it for a long time. They've done probably hundreds of these things, and they can do it rather quickly and easily without much effort. So, but doing it for your first time, it is a little scary going in, because you gotta watch you don't snap your digitizer. But as long as you follow the instructions, you will be fine, you know, and take your time and try not to get as frustrated as I did, because, you know, I have a certain amount of patience, but man, I was starting to really lose it a bit. So there you go. But everything's functioning perfectly well. It's all good. That's the end of this video. Thank you so much for hanging out for the length of this video. I know it was long. I probably could have sped up certain sections, but I wanted everything in real time for you guys, so you know exactly what you were in for. Anyways, so there you go. That's the end of my story. My phone is back to normal. I'm all good and happy. Now, that's enough for one day. See you later, and catch you on the next one. See ya.